It's time. It's time, hello. It's time and we have a sleeping Jammy Dodgers. Oh, it's time and Jammy Dodgers heard her name. What a good girl. You hope there is sound. The ad didn't have sound. Yay, sound. Hello, welcome, Ponks. Oh, what are you doing, Jammy Dodgers? Oh, jeez. We might be losing our Jammy Dodgers immediately upon stream start. Yep. Now she's walking away snorkeling. I do have a budgie, though. I can swap to a budgie. All chat is on. Thank you for the reminder, Pinky. Sassy, you're going to do Arcade Jelly Vertical Lazy Gradient? That sounds amazing. Hello, Bow and Arrows. And welcome, Liz and Leo. Don't start a sentence like what? I don't know what I started a sentence like. She left as soon as you got on. Let me just, let me see if I can get us a budgie smuggler here. Hang on. No! Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. Oh no. Jesus. This is perfect. This is really good. It's a good thing I didn't have this like full screen, huh? Come on, I believe in you. You can do the thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. The stream is starting awesome. There we go. We got it. We did it. Amazing. We did it. Incredible. Oh, losing a jammy? Yeah, okay. I mean, I thought that the context was fairly obvious, but nobody wants to lose a jammy. I have to. I was just doing cabochons for a couple of new taikis. I'm trying to be better about putting cabochons on stuff again, and so I have two that I have swatched out in the last couple of days, so that I've worn really in the last couple of days. That I need to put things on. Yeah, I never remember the context. Basically never happens. Brain cell is present, but working hard on your own Manny. Yes. See, my two taikis. I have a bunch more. These ones were a gift from Elissa. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Here, have Budgie Smuggler. Maybe she won't disappear immediately. We're going to get fruity today, y'all. We're going to get fruity today. And I'm going to need you to tell me how the lighting is, because we have brand spanking new lighting. I know it's a little nicer for the face cam for sure. But this is the first stream with the new lighting setup, so I want to make sure that things are okay. Oh, you've been trying to figure out how to pronounce the brand name? Yeah, it's Taiki. So Taiki is it's the one of the names given to, I believe the other name that they give it is Planet 9 or something like that. It's a, I don't know if it's still a hypothetical planet. Brian will probably correct me from the other room. I think it's a hypothetical planet in our solar system. But yeah, Taiki is one of the names given to it. But the name is originally from Greek mythology, and I forget who Taiki was in Greek mythology, but she was a chick. And yeah, lighting looks okay, I think. Looks all right on my phone, at least. So, and it looks okay on my screen. Yeah, the shadows should be a little softer going forward, thanks to the new lighting setup. I do still have some more tweaks to do, but first I need to grind down. So I got a new reflector dish so I have, I got a second light that's identical to the first light that I already had, and it's the same make and model, but this one didn't come with a reflector dish, which is the thing, this part, and it didn't come with that, and so I bought one online, but I didn't check the reviews carefully because I was like, it says it's a Bowens mount. It's a Bowens mount. It should be fine, right? Like, I don't need it to be exciting. I just need it to be a Bowens mount. And so I foolishly ordered it, and it turns out that, like, there's like one model of light that it does fit, but basically everybody else is like, the things are too large. The little knobby things are too large to fit in a standard Bowens mount. It's the right layout, but they're too thick. And so it won't fit on any other Bowens mount except for this one model of light, which it isn't even strictly advertised for. It's just like mentioned as an aside near the end of the page for it. So anyway, so I have to Dremel those down. I have to grind them down so that hopefully they will fit. And in the meantime, I have it like taped on. But because it's taped on, it means I can't easily adjust. I have to be like super careful about any adjustments that I make, and I can't just like put the diffuser on or put the diffusion cloth on the front of it and take it off at will and whatnot. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So there will be more tweaks once I have the Bowens mount situation sorted out. And now we don't have any more cats. So I don't know where they've all gone. They've all abandoned me. Probably because I'm talking too much. They're like, bitches talking about Bowens mounts. Nobody cares about this. So why don't we do some fruits instead? How about that? So if you don't know what we're doing today, we're doing a fruit rainbow. We discussed this on the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, links are down below. I think everybody that's not lurking currently is on the Discord. Oh, hello, Peachy. Welcome. People threw out a bunch of suggestions for different fruits to do, and I did not collate them or do anything with them except read them and go, oh, good idea. Yeah, that's a good one. So I think RoboDucky was on it here. All right, so we got strawberry, papaya, pineapple, grapes, star fruit for greenish yellow, cherry, orange, banana, grape, blueberry, plum, fig, strawberry, raspberry, watermelon, orange, persimmon, mango, cantaloupe, lemon, banana, gooseberry, durian, pineapple, kiwi, green tomato. Holy heck, grape, honeydew, blueberry, honeyberry, I don't even know what that is. Elderberry, which apparently your mother was. Or wait, your mother was a hamster. Your father smelt of elderberries. Pokeweed, I don't know pokeweed. Mulberry, mangosteen, plum and apricot hybrids. There's a lot of options. And then I got distracted by gooseberry fools. And Ponks said peach and cherry. So, hey Sharon, welcome. Enjoy lurking. So I think what we're going to do is like maybe just start. Do I want to start on the thumb or do I want to start on the index? I might start on the index now and do like start with reds and maybe do like some in-between colors. So maybe start with something a little bit more like magenta-y and then red and then go across and kind of try and include some like some things that are more in-betweeny. You know what I mean? I might do that. And we might just play this by ear. I do feel like I need a base of some sort, but I don't know what I want to do for the base. Should I do a dark base or a light base? What do we think? I don't really want to do nude because I have some janky patching going on here. I mean, I can just cover the janky patches, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, I did specifically request people to say fruits. I did a white shimmer base for my last mani, so that's why I'm kind of feeling maybe something dark. Do I have something dark in my untrieds that I want to use? That's really the question. Let's see. Because it would have to also be like relatively neutral, right? I think. What color does this go? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that would work as a base for this though. Don't really want to go gray. What do we think? I don't know. I'm being indecisive. I need to just be... A lighter base might look better. You might be right. A lighter base might be better, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab the one that I have right here. Because I have it right here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a shimmer over it. This is just my preferred semi-nude base, which is the Dimension Nails strawberry soy milk. It's vanilla almond strawberry soy. I always forget which one's which. Anyway, I'm just going to start with this one because I have it on my desk. And it is my go-to nude base. And then I'll figure out a shimmer to go over top. And then... No think, only grab, yes. Sometimes you just gotta do the thing. You know? I can't always brain. That's what y'all are for. All right. So now I need to figure out a shimmy that can go over top of this. What do we got here? Do we want a pinky shimmy or a yellowy greeny shimmy? What do y'all think? Give me an opinion between these two. Oop. While my little fingies dry. I mean, I could just lazy gradient them. Oh my god, maybe I should lazy gradient them. What if each nail lazy gradient. Half. Hey, cat. You like the yellowy green? I could also do the pinky one on the, since we're going to be starting with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, we could start pinky color over here and then do the greeny color over there. You think yellow might go with more fruits? You have all of 15 minutes and then you have another meeting? Boo. Yellow might go with more fruits. That's true. That is true. We think yellow. It seems like more people are saying yellow. All right, let's do that one. This is FYI. Oh, this was one I got in PR. This is from BCB, one of their Smut of the Month from last year in July. Next question. I think we can put that on there. I wonder if I want to do the fruits as decals. That is cute. Your day has been far too productive for your liking. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm gonna do the middle nail half and half, and then I'm gonna switch over to the pink. I'm making an executive decision here because it's my stream. You haven't even had time to do your nails. Oh my god, cat. That is entirely too busy, especially for a Tuesday. Nobody should be this busy this early in the week. That's not okay. I don't know if you'll actually even really be able to notice that it's two different colors at most angles, but that's okay. Especially because I think I'm just going to do the one coat. Whoop. That's a great big old fuzz that almost went directly on my nail. Love that for me. Kiddos are demanding ice cream. Oh, you better go. You better go. The VOD will be posted, and it is much less demanding than children. It does not require any ice cream or getting any energy out at the park. It will be here for you when you're ready for it. Okay. So we got the green topper, and then this one's half and half, and then the pink topper on these two. Because why not? I don't even know how noticeable it's going to be, but I'm cool with it. Gonna get yourself in outside clothes after this meeting and then do your nails. Good thinking. Good thinking. Do I want to do a second coat of the shimmy? What do we think? Should I do a second coat? I gotta wait for the first coat to dry regardless. I'm thinking about starting with watermelon for like a pinky red and then going to some kind of red. Yeah, second coat. All right. Let me look here. Cherry's more, actually cherry might be a good first color as well. because that's like that pinkier kind of red. And then strawberry, raspberry. Probably strawberry is more true red. And then maybe or dragon fruit as well would be a good pinky color. Cherry better to start, you think? Yeah. Cherry, strawberry, something in between orange and red. What do we think for in between orange and red? For like a orange kind of color. Papaya, grapefruit. Grapefruit can be kind of like that. I'm sure I can find a grapefruit photo that's in between. That could be pretty good. And then cantaloupe might be good for in between the yellow and orange. Mango could be fun. I like mangoes. They have some nice gradienting inherent to them, which is kind of entertaining to paint. Plus they're tasty. And I managed to get so much polish on both sides here. How did I do that? Blood orange, instantly forgetting all the fruits. Yeah, for sure. That's me as well. As soon as I start to do something like this, I'm like, wait, what is a fruit again? I'm sure I know what fruits are. Passion fruits are tasty. One coat complete. Good job, Sass. Passion fruits. What is happening? I don't want a phone call right now. No, thank you. Especially one where they haven't identified themselves. Thanks, but no thanks. It's probably my doctor's office. Actually, it's probably the dermatologist. I had a biopsy the other day. And now it looks like a weird asshole on my arm. A little tiny puckered asshole on my arm. Fruity pride flags, yes. Tomato is technically a fruit. Oh, yeah, it is. It is my dermatologist office. Do we ever want a call we didn't know was coming? Yeah, for sure. It's always a problem. But also, like, if they don't identify themselves, it's so much extra. It's so much extra. What is a fruit, anyways? Yeah. So there is a botanical notion of fruit that has its own definition, and then there's like the cultural definition of fruit that has a different definition, and so, like, in the culinary terms, a tomato is a vegetable, but in botanical terms, a tomato is a fruit. It has to do with the structure and role that it plays in the plant. So, vegetables don't exist botanically, correct? They do exist culinarily, so And in the sense that if it's not an animal or a mineral, it's a vegetable, broadly speaking. Except it's kind of not, but yeah. For most larger stuff that you can see and touch, that's broadly true. Berries are not fruits and strawberries aren't berries. Yeah. Avocado is a fruit. Yeah. Yeah. It's another one of those fruits that we treat as a vegetable. Yeah, there's all kinds of very confusing things. But I think what we're going to basically be considering fruit for this is we're using the culinary definitions. So if you think of it as a fruit, if it's the kind of thing you could put in a fruit salad, or you would call it, if the jam you make from it would be called a fruit compote, we'll call it a fruit for the purposes of this. Yeah, nuts are also confusing. Yeah, banana is a berry. It's so fucked up. So fucked up and wrong. It doesn't seem correct at all. And a cashew is like a drupe or something. It's like not even a nut. Ridiculous. Okay, so I guess the next question is, do we start on the thumb? Or do we leave the thumb for something else? I'm a little tempted to leave the thumb and treat it completely separately and maybe do like a whole like fruit basket thing on the thumb and just do the rainbow across these 4 nails. Yeah, but a tomato compote is weird because typically you wouldn't use a tomato compote in the same way that you would use, say, a blackberry compote. Typically. But tomato is weird. It's like most of the time it's not a fruit, but sometimes it's a fruit. Rhubarb is a whole other thing, yeah, that gets used as a fruit. And it ain't. Pink pineapple. Pink pineapple is pretend. All right. We are going to be using cremes for this, but I might add bits of non-creme things to help like accentuate or whatever. I have most of my creme rainbow out already, but there may be some other things that I'm going to have to grab. I don't know if I'll need that one, but fruit salad, fruit basket on the thumb, something like that. Okay. Cherries. I'm going to need reference images. I know what most of these things look like, but sometimes, the image that you have in your head for a thing isn't really what it looks like. You know what I mean? So for cherries, I think we want like black cherries, right? Those are the ones that are the darker, like more pinky purpley kind of cherry. You're here, you're queer. What did you miss? Not much. We had 2 cats. We lost them both. They wandered off. Other than that, we've just got our base down. Oh, I should top coat before I do anything else. And we've started talking about what fruits we're going to put on my nails. I think that's about it. We haven't been very productive as yet. But we'll get there. This freaking thumb is so janky right now. I'm just like, it is holding on with just glue and a prayer at this point. My index is not much better. It also has some patched action going on. And eventually, I'm going to chop them both down, but I just want to get a little more length, I would love to be able to get through PBE before having to chop. That would be nice. Because that would give me a couple more millimeters. Well, I'll do a lighter version of them, punks. It doesn't have to be 100% realistic. I'm allowed to adjust. But in terms of the hue, I think we're going black cherry-ish. We're just not going to go quite as dark. Because some of the other cherries are like almost orangey red. And we don't want that. All right. So we're going to add a tiny bit of blue in here and see where that gets us. I'm gonna need, it's not too far off. I think that was maybe just a bit too much blue. Yeah, let's go with a little tiny bit more red, and then maybe just, actually, you know what? Hang on. I have a thought. Just the teensiest dollop. Oh, you got a big dollop coming down the pipe. We do not want that. We just want a little dollop. See what happens there. Yeah. That's Pink Loves Me. It's the situationship from June. Orangey red cherry? What do you mean, what kind of cherry is it? Look at photos of cherries, dude. I'm telling you. A lot of them are like orangey red. Okay. So we got... I mean, I suppose I could just use a dotting tool for this, but y'all know how I am. There's one. And... put this one a little bit behind it. Y'all, do I need to bring up a photo of a freaking orangey red cherry to convince you? Is it the Rainier cherries that are like that? I was not thinking of those. But yes, those are definitely extremely orange. Hang on. Okay. Those are the Rainier cherries. But even if you just look up cherries, some of them look more orangey than others. That's an orangey red. It's a ripeness issue. Some of them are just more orangey than others. They're just not all the way red. Those ones are slightly pinkier. That looks like it might be Rainier's. Anyway. Some of them are orangey. Might be your last Tuesday stream. How dare you? Okay. I need some white. Can't believe you don't believe me about fruit. Jeez, y'all. You got a jorb? I'm so sorry about your jorb. I really hope that your jorb proves worthwhile and not too horrifically annoying. This is the wrong size brush for this. I hope that your jorb brings you many monies and as little annoyance as possible. Get some little highlighty bits here. Little highlights. That is not the correct spot for that. Can we? No, we can't. We cannot, in fact, fix it. It's just going to be fucked up. Okay, cool. Cool. In that case, we'll just go back over you with something darker. How about that? How do you like them apples? And this went a little too far outside the lines because it was too runny. Curses. All right, let's get some stems up in here. This is the wrong green entirely. And I didn't pull a brown, but you know what? That's okay, because we're going to work around that. It's going to be just fine. We're going to add... actually, let's add orange. That should do the trick. Yeah. I might need to darken that up a tiny little bit with some of this. Yeah, color theory. Okay. All right, cherries. We have cherries. Yeah, they were apples for a second there. You're absolutely correct. They were 100% apples, but now cherries. All right. Strawberry? Do we want strawberry next? Or raspberry? Let me see. Raspberries are like a little pinkier. Are they not? Yeah. So you want to do like a raspberry and then a strawberry. Let me look at the strawsly berries. Yes, I always call them strawsly berries. Listen. Yeah, okay, so the strawberries tend slightly more orangey than the raspberries. So let's do a raspberry like down sort of here. And then a strawberry over here with like maybe like an orange kind of span, like an orange slice spanning both nails. And then something else orangey and then yellow. We can kind of like snozberry. The snozberries taste like snozberries. All right, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so raspberries are going to be mostly just red, but with a touch of my hot pink. What is that even from? The snozberries taste like snozberries. It just lives in my head. Someone help me out here. Sometimes things just live in your head and you don't know why they live in your head. And I don't know about that. What's going on the thumb? I don't know yet, Dame. We're going to figure out the thumb at some point. I think it's going to be like some kind of mess of various and sundry fruits. Okay, I think I want actually a tiny little bit of this darker tone in here for like the base, so that we have some like shadowing. You know what I mean? Okay, so raspberry, we're gonna do, we'll do like the basic shape of maybe like a couple. This is going to be like, the interior is going to be much darker here. That was a little too dark. We went a little too dark, y'all. Okay. Now we need the brighter color. Oh, it's from Willy Wonka? When they lick the wallpaper? Interesting. That explains why it lives in my head, but I don't remember why. Because that's been a really long time since I've had any relationship with Willy Wonka. Okay. So, little raspberry dots. I'm just gonna dot all over. This one is still a little bit wet around the hole there. Okay, and then we're gonna need also a light version. Do you have not enough white there? No. For some little highlights. The way I phrase that makes it sound like I was having sexual relationships with Willy Wonka. Listen, you can have a relationship to a thing that is not a person, and it can be a non-relationship relationship. A relationship is not necessarily the thing that we mean when we talk about humans in romantic settings. I am struggling with this, y'all. I am struggling. It's almost like it's difficult to make very tiny things look like what they're supposed to be for some reason. Okay. You ship me and Willy? Please don't. Please don't. That's horrifying. Okay, I want more cherry or more raspberries than that, I think. That doesn't feel like enough raspberries. It doesn't feel like anywhere near enough raspberries. I feel like I need at least one more raspberry. Do not ship. They are married. Yeah, each blob is an entire ass berry. Because I guess I hate myself. Okay, we're going to do one back here. And then I think I'm going to feel better about it once there's a third one. I hope I'm going to feel better about it. Oh, will you look at that? I do feel a little better about it. It's amazing how that works. Okay. Now it's raspberries. Difficult, lemon, difficult. Yeah. For real. Okay, strawberry. Strawsley berries look like that. Okay, so let's get us a Strawsley berry, which is going to be mostly red with a little bit of oranje. Sometimes they are raspberry berries, yes, but more often they're just raspberries. I don't make the rules. My brain makes the rules. How did I get red on my... Oh, okay, it was just a dust. We're good. We're good. We're good. Now, the strawberry, I think we're going to make... just like... kind of over here and slightly bigger, I think. Have it coming off the nail a little bit. My brain almost said off the screen because of course my nail obviously is a screen. That's a thing that makes total sense. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the Orania to this section. And then we need some little seeds and some sassy. 2 coats down. Good job. We need some stem and leaves, but let's do the seeds first, which are going to be basically yellow with just a tiny little bit of green in them. And I think I'll just rehydrate a tiny bit of this green here to add in there. Did I even get enough? No, I didn't. I did not get enough to rehydrate. It evaporated instantly. Love that for me. All right, we'll just go straight to the source. No, not stemsies. Nope. No, that doesn't feel right. Okay, just a tiny hint of green in this yellow. Ooh, did I go too far? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I probably should have just grabbed the pistachio color, but that's all right. Okay. Seeds. This is one of the few times that the brush shape actually kind of works in your favor. When you're not trying to make like round dots, you're trying to make little angled dots. Works great. Okay. There's my Strawsley berry, and then I need some green for the stem and a couple of little leaves. Add a touch of orange into this and a touch of this other yeller that I just mixed up. Yeller. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. What does strawberry leaves look like? They're kind of like... I'm gonna do a little bit like a Kermit the Frog collar. You know what I mean? That is too bright. I need that darker. I need a darker green, which means I need a little tiny bit of this blue And some of this orange. Ah, that was way too much of the orange. Way too much. And my green is mostly dried out. Here we go. We're going to play with fire here. I have way too much polish in this one little area. I'm potentially going to cause a problem here. But we're going to try it anyway. Blue. Orange. Green. Mixa, mixa, mixa. Let's get some of this in. That purple. Oh yeah, there we go. That's getting more where we want. There we go. Okay, there's our strawberry. Okay, now over here, I'm thinking we start with an orange slice that goes across both nails. Like overlapping this nail a little bit and then more on this side. Is it orange that we want though? Or is there another orange fruit that we want? What about like, persimmons are more yellowy orange, aren't they? Or am I... No. They range. They range from yellowy orange to reddish orange. And in between. Okay. Are persimmons recognizable enough, though? I feel like that could be a... An orange slice is easy. Orange slice is easy and very recognizable. What other suggestions did we have for things in that range? Mango, cantaloupe. Let's see here. We could do a mango. Mange. I accidentally typoed mange instead of mango. What if I did a mango and like sort of gradiented it across so that it's like more red on one side and more orangey to yellow on the other side? That could be interesting. Persimmons look like orange tomatoes to you when drawn? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling like. But mangoes are so often like more green and yellow. I'm a little concerned about whether it's going to look right. Let's just go with the orange. The orange is safe. We'll do the orange. We'll do the orange slice. We know it's going to look like an orange. No matter what we do, an orange slice is going to look like an orange. We're going to give it a pretty orangey outside. That will certainly help with the looking like an orange part of the orange. Okay, so there's a little section of orange slice, and then the rest come out here. And I do feel like with the orange, at least, we might end up wanting to add a little bit of something shimmery to the juicy section. Because it's going to be a slice, right? So I'm wondering if we want to add... I might just do it all creme and then decide if I want to add some touches of Uh-oh. Excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, I may end up deciding that I want to add some touches of things that are not... Uh-oh, it's going to happen again. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna just mute for a second here. Just realized I left my dirty Kleenex on there. Sorry about that. Very classy, very classy. Okay. Yeah, I had some good sneezing this morning. A pretty significant sneezing fit when I first went downstairs. And all the like doors and windows are open today because we actually have a nice day. And so I think that it's just some kind of pollen season is doing me in. Yeah. I just heard the doorbell. Either that or there's a very loud, weird sounding cat. Our doorbell is a cat meowing. What? Oh. It's I need everyone to know that I had nothing to do with the meowing cat phone or doorbell. It was Brian. Kiwano. I don't know what Kiwano is. Physalis was the name you couldn't remember, yeah. Hang on, what is Kiwano? Horned melon. Never even heard of it. Interesting. Okay, let's get some white pith going here. Go pith, girl. Yes. Oh, that's a thick rind, Peggy. Why'd you make that orange rind so thick? That orange rind is too thick. We're gonna have to do a little tweak on that. Both the rind and the pith are too thick here. But that's okay. We'll edit it. It'll be fine. There we go. Look at that. Rind's already better. Now we just got to get the pith in a better shape. Yeah. You used to have loquats in your neighborhood growing up? I've never had one. I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly. I trust someone will let me know if I'm not. There's probably a really bad, like, low quat, high quat joke to be made somewhere in there, but I'm going to leave that as an exercise for the listener. Done with meetings. Now to put on outside clothes and do your nails before you fetch the spawn. All right. What are you doing for your nails today, Kat? Are we doing another Pride look today? Or is it just more unused stuff or not recently used? You've never seen loquats in a store. You got your yard done last year and they put in service berries. Yeah, service berries are great. They're very popular among Borbs. And apparently tasty. I don't know. We have a service berry bush. Now, because it is a native plant, it got put in when we did our stuff. They aren't terribly convenient to eat. Small and have a large pit like a lychee. Lychee? I've heard both. They have a peach-like skin, which is cool. Interesting. I'm going to yellowen the middle bits a little because they feel a little bit too orangey at the moment. I do feel like I'm probably going to want to add a little something, but we'll see. We shall see how I'm feeling about it when we get toward the end. I may feel like adding other formulas will just ruin it or make it too complicated. Or I may decide that in fact it needs a little tweak. The birds haven't found the berries yet, so you've been stealing them? That's valid. I think you can share. All right, so there's our orange. And then, let's see here. What else did we have on this list? Persimmon, mango, cantaloupe. Pineapple. Pineapple leans slightly orangey yellow. Is that for you?
No.
Is it for me? Is it for a secret third person?
Unless the folks at Prism Parade start.
Woo, Prism Parade. I got Prism Parade. It's probably secrets. Let me see. Let me see what the secrets are. Don't tell Jill that I'm opening this on stream. I'm not showing y'all. I just want to see what it is. I don't know if this is PBE stuff. It might be PBE stuff. It feels like it's more than one thing. It's too heavy to just be one. Yeah. Oh yeah. PBE plus 2 new essentials plus August PPU. They're doing a collection for PVE, and I'm excited about it. All right. You won't snitch? All right. Here, you can see top coat. You're welcome. Here, sneak peek of something. All right, let's get back to this. What do cantaloupes look like? Should I do like the inside of a mango? Cantaloupes are more... Okay, so they're like orangey on the inside, orangey yellow. That might actually be perfect. I could do a cantaloupe like cut open, or like a slice of a cantaloupe, like here, and then something more yellow up here. That could be cute. I think that would work. Let's do that. Let's do a cantaloupe slice for our like yellowy orange. So for that, I'm gonna need a touch of yellow. I mean orange. I'm doing good. Doing so good, y'all. All right, a fair bit of yellow in this. I may end up needing just a touch of pink. We'll see. We'll see. I do kind of feel like maybe just like the tiniest little dab. I'm gonna put it over there and just, yeah. That's a little better. That's a little better. 2 persimmons and a banana. All right, Lori. Okay, a little bit more yellow. Although I suspect that I might actually want to have part of it be fully that color and part of it be a more yellowy version. So let's do the main body of the slice like here. Do do do. Okay. I fear I have done a bad job with this shape, but that's okay. All right, let's get some more yellow in this. Because we're gonna need like a sort of more yellowy rim before it gets into the green part. Oop, that is way too much very goopy polish on my brush at the moment. This is extremely trust the process. Your chat was broken. What was wrong with your chat? Did it do something? I just realized I didn't change this other one over to all chat. I did have the one I was looking at with all chat though, so it's all good. Okay. I feel like I got this shape a little bit off over here. I need to do a little edit there, I think. But I think I can fix that. I'll go slightly more yellow here. Okay. You could hear me commenting on things you couldn't see. Outside clothes check. Time for nails. You said you already got your stamps prepped though, right? You just haven't assembled. Okay. Now we need a little green rim here. Are you sure you didn't just have the Spooky Mouse blocked? Because nobody would blame you. Kidding, Lori. I'm kidding, Lori. All right. Let's get the edge of our cantaloupe. We just want a thin edge of green, not a ton. Just enough. There we go. And then let me look at my reference again. I feel like there's like a, whoops, that's the wrong, there. Yeah, no, it's pretty much just that. There's a slight little bit of a paler halo right toward the edge. Let me just add a little white. You just remember to change to live chat. I was just kidding, Lori. I was just kidding. I had responded to something that you had said, and I think Pinky didn't see what you had said and just saw that I was responding to something that she hadn't seen. So I was just being silly. Okay. Yeah. That's a little better. Okay, now I do want a little bit more white with just a touch of yellow. Live, laugh, lurk. You have 2 reverse stamps prepped and the colors laid out for the one standard stamp. Cool. Cool beans. You gotta remember to change to live chat. You miss too much otherwise. Let's get a tiny bit more white happening here. More. It might be better. Okay. Here we go. A little pale. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Suddenly it's cantaloupe. Love it. Very exciting. Okay. We have cantaloupe. Now we need something more yellow. There's obviously lemons. That is an option. But I feel like we've already got a citrus slice. And I don't know if I want 2 citrus slices on the same nail. So maybe we do a banana. Howdy hoo. Hello, Yaneli. Hello. Welcome, welcome. We're getting fruity. Why do melons get married, Lori? Please tell me. I desperately desire to know the answer to this question. Everybody is waiting for you. Starfruit are yellow. I think they're more yellowy green. Let me look up starfruit. Yeah, they're a little more yellowy green. But it depends on when you slice them, they're more yellowy. The outside looks like, well, looks like they can kind of range from a more sort of orangey yellow to a greeny yellow. Most of them appear to be slightly to the greeny side. I do want to do a starfruit though. Peaches are yellow on the inside. Durian might be yellow. Wait. Pineapple. Pineapple? What about pineapple? Oh, melons get married because they can't elope. Yep. That's a really good joke, Lori. Thank you so much for blessing us with that excellent joke. All right. Pineapple. Let's look at durian. Durian. Stank fruit. That is yellowy on the inside, yes. Although I feel like the most interesting part and the part that people can really sort of note and see from durian is actually more the outside, the green. And also I feel like if I try to paint durian on my nails, it's just going to look disgusting. Let's do pineapple. Let's do a pineapple slice and then maybe a banana. Pineapple. Do I want the whole sliced out? I probably want the core. I want it cored. Pineapple slice. Pineapple slice. Do I want to do a round or do I want to do like a half? I might do a round. I might do a full round with the core out. Or I could just go straight to banana. I could go straight to banana. I kind of like piney apple though. And actually, with pineapple, I could. Meow. What if I did like that's too weird. Oh no, I don't like that. I acknowledge that I am just saying things and not finishing sentences, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Glory hole pineapple. Okay, that seals it. We're doing a cord pineapple slice. Because Kat said the word glory hole pineapple. Oh my God, Kat. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's Cat knows how to get me. Cat knows how to get me. Okay, glory hole pineapple. We're doing it. Let's just go like this. We're just gonna do a big old glory hole pineapple right here, right here. Okay, we'll get the initial shape going, and then see where we need to go from there. We're definitely going to need some white added into here in a few spots at least, if not kind of over most of it. Okay. Oh my god. What a horrifying thought, Kat. What an absolutely horrifying thought. Yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes you gotta let the intrusive thoughts win. I understand. Yeah, I don't recommend using pineapple as an anything ring. Not for more than a couple minutes at any rate. That enzyme really does like to eat away at your skin. Pretty good. Now, if you cook it first, then you're good. You're fine. Tingly for his pleasure. Y'all. I got a cat hair. All right, let's get a bit of white in here. Okay. Do. And that, put sunny days. Which, honestly, while doing this and talking about a glory hole pineapple, nope, those do not belong together. They do not, under any circumstances, belong together. Maybe just a tiny bit of an even paler highlight in spots once I'm finished this. And I think I'm going to want maybe a little bit of a darker, well, we'll see. We'll see. At least someone will eat him. That feel when you find your people. The hell is wrong with y'all? Okay. Let's do just a little bit of like highlight right along the edge, try and make it just a little bit more 3D looking. And then a couple little brush strokes in the middle areas. Get some glistening going in there. Okay. Sassy, you got all your regular coats done, ready for glitter grabber? What did you end up using? Did you do nail art or did you just do a straight up mani? I want to know all the things. I got pineapple in my proximal nail fold. So rude. Okay. There's that. I feel like there's a little too much of a gap here, and I want to do something in this area, but I'm not sure what. Like, I'm almost feeling like it needs to be another slice of cantaloupe, just like at a bit of an angle. Either that, or actually, maybe I leave the gaps, and as a finishing touch, I can do some little, like, a little rainbow of like little dots or stars scattered throughout. That could be cute. Like color match the region. Maybe that's a better idea. Okay. Now, pineapple. Let's go straight to starfruit for our next one. Starfruit. I'm looking at the colors that I have in front of me, and I do not have starfruit colors. Hang on a second. I need... maybe? Nope, too olivey. Too dark. Although it could be good for mixing. This one might actually be a better yellow for this. Let's use that one. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. This one's Instant Mood Booster from Cracked. It's so vitamin D is usually my go-to yellow for stuff, but Instant Mood Booster is like slightly more. It's like less school bus. It's not really quite lemony, but it's like lemon meringue pie-y, if that makes sense. Do I want to add this right away? I might. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, we'll start there. Actually, I'm gonna start with even slightly more green for the outside edge. And maybe just a tiny little touch of this darker green. Just for the tips. Just the tips. Okay. So we're gonna need like a here. It's got 5. It's got 5. Do, to do, and do, and do. Okay. Y'all, I am so good at talking. To humans. It's a good thing I decided to do this. Otherwise, you would all tragically have to live without my incredibly good at words talking. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I did it. I fucking nailed it, y'all. There was another word that was going to come out, and then my brain decided that was the perfect moment to lose it, which I really do think my brain was correct. Like, flawless comedic timing. Okay. So we get this, like, yellowy center, and then there's going to be some, like, whitish in the very, very middle. I swear, I think I have like another cat hair on my nose. They manage to always get a cat hair in my nose right before I stream. Like every single time. Either that or it's psychological, and streaming makes me feel like I have a cat hair in my nose. Well, we may never know. Maybe we need like a nose cat hair cam. You can monitor if there are any cat hairs in my nose live. That sounds great. The best thing about streaming to a small group of people that are mostly lurking during the day is when I say crazy shit and get absolutely no reaction. It's perfect. Okay. We get some of this paler stuff in the middle. That was not enough white. Not by a long shot. Uh-oh. I hear a sad cat. I don't have any cats in here. I think they're all in the bedroom. So if you wanted to let her in.
Cats. The non-Discord.
The non-Discord kind? What? Oh, it's treats time. Okay. Now, there's like some tiny little seeds in the inside here. So I think I want to rehydrate some of this this area over here for that. But I want the smaller brush to actually paint them on. Okay, so this is in the center of each one. Oh boy. Don't lose it now, you're almost there. Okay, there we go. I did it. I did it. I think it's a star fruit. I'm pretty sure that's a star fruit. We did it. Okay. Something greenish. For green, we've got kiwi, honeydew, there's lime, green grapes. Let's see. Kiwi. Let's look at a picture of kiwi sliced open. That's like green. That would be a pretty good choice. Do I want... I guess the question too is... What the hell is heart fruit? Is that a thing you just made up? It's just showing me fruit hearts, mostly AI ones. There is something called an Annona reticulata. Ox heart. Is that what we're talking about? Or did you just make it up? Okay, so kiwi, there's lime. Obviously. Kind of feel like kiwi would be best because it's interesting looking. Clock fruit, you're making stuff up. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's gooseberries. Gooseberries, are they more yellow though, or gooseberry? Or are they different colors? Oh no, it looks like there's different colors. Okay, that's cute. Do I want to do gooseberry or do I want to do kiwi? And then the other question is, what's the next thing going to be? Because is there anything other than blueberry that's kind of in that dusty bluish range? Because I want to sort of figure out what else is going in this region. So there's not a lot of blue stuff. Elderberry, what color is elderberry? Elderberry, whoops. They're like blueberries, but maybe more purpley. Successful transfer. Huzzah. Fig is, or can be, kind of bluish, yes. It's got that dusty quality to it. Okay. Let's do a... Let's do a kiwi. And make it slightly to the yellowy side, because you know how kiwis can kind of have a range of greenness to them. We'll make it slightly to the yellowish side, and then we'll do a lime as well. Because I feel like we really only have one or two things for blue blurple stuff. Okay, kiwi. Kiwi. I think we are going to begin with this green. add blue sausage fruits. Small blue fruits that grow on trees in tropical climates. That sounds pretend. They look pretend too. They look like a pretend horror thing. Dead men's fingers. Great. Blue sausage fruit. That truly does look very upsetting. Decaisnea. Native to Eastern Asian. Edible jelly-like fruit pods that are blue-black or greenish-yellow. And are sometimes called blue sausage fruit or dead man's fingers. Great. Well, that is horrifying. Truly horrifying. Thank you. Let me get back to my kiwi. Add some of this. See where that gets us. Okay, that looks pretty decent for the more yellowy kinds of kiwis. Let's go down here for a kiwi slice. That was a little too thick, Peggy. Too thick. And now it's not thick enough. Hey, we'll get there. It's all good. Okay. Now, we need to add some white. More white. And that might require a tiny bit more yellow as well. Maybe. I think so. Guava. It's amazing how you just like forget that all these fruits exist when you're trying to remember what fruits exist. It probably doesn't help that I can't eat a lot of tropical fruits because they're just too sweet for me. Which is kind of funny. It's too much of the wrong kind of sweet. You know what I mean? There's like different varieties of sweet. And a lot of tropicals have a type of sweetness that I find really unpleasant. I don't know if that's normal. I don't think it matters too much though, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay. You love fruits and you're so sad you're allergic to vitamin C. Yeah, that's a crazy allergy to have. Like, how do you avoid scurvy? It seems like a problem. Allergies to things that your body like legit needs is like, what are you doing, body? The hell you doing? Did you think about this? Did you consider? No. Of course you didn't. Can't eat raw fruit anymore? I honestly prefer most fruit cooked anyway, to be honest. I'm just like, whoop, that was too much. For the most part, I do prefer fruits that are stewed or baked. Okay, now we need a little tiny bit of a slightly brownish border, which actually I think I can pretty much just use this as is. It's like pretty close to the correct color for a kiwi skin, just as it is. Slightly bright, but it'll do the trick. And then we need to do the seeds. Okay, antihistamines and low C stuff. That makes sense. Because, like, your body does need some, right? For the seeds, I think we just want to go straight up black, right? Yeah. It's okay, Ponks. You're allowed to be wrong about fruit. It's fine. Okay. Tiny seeds. Brian eats a lot of kiwi, and I can't stand it. I mean, it's fine that he eats it. I just can't stand kiwi. It's gross. Too sweet. Too much wrong kind sweet. It's got that weird thing going on that I don't like. I spread that out a little too much. It needs to be clustered a little more densely here. Right around that center pithy part. There, that's a little better. What do we think? Is it a kiwi? I think it's a kiwi. Peggy, please acknowledge my manicure process. Was there something else? I said about the glitter grabber. I swear to God, I said something about your glitter grabber progress. I did, and then I asked you what if you had done nail art, or if you'd just done a polish that was textured, and you didn't respond to me. So, yeah. All right, lime. Let's do a lime. Okay, lime slice. It just occurred to me I could have done a wedge instead of a slice, but oh well. The only art is the gradient. Ah, okay. So is it textured, or are you using Glitter Grabber as like a smudge free, or why the Glitter Grabber? Why grab glitter? You did so much art last Manny, you're tapped out. Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes you need a break. You need a break from the serious nail art. Okay. This is like slightly less greenish than, or slightly less like yellowy green than it technically should be, but that's okay. I can fudge it a little bit for the sake of having a nice rainbow. I don't mind. Probably should have just done the green first. I mean, I did do green first, but this green. You know what I mean. Or not. One of those is certainly true. Okay. The fuck was that? Just like a big old linty glob or something. I don't know. Okay. Gonna need a whitish ring next. Oh, that's right. You did arcade jellies. Yes, they are textured. You are right. I couldn't remember that you had done, that you had used the arcade. I know you did mention that you were using arcade jellies, but I managed to lose that portion of the information. Yes, they are textured. You definitely want to use Glitter Grabber with those. I feel like I did this lime hard mode. This is not the easiest way to do a lime slice, but whatever. Oh, good. The landscapers are here. The HOA sends out the landscapers semi-regularly, and they're always just incredibly loud. And it goes on for such a long time. Yeah, they're reflective. The arcade jellies. Pictures posted in my Discord. All right. Cool beans. I will go check those out in a moment. That was the wrong green. Oopsie daisy. That's all right. We can fix it. Yeah, they're always going around scaping land. I hate it. Bastards. How dare they? I can make this actually be a good thing. Just add a tiny little bit of like shadowy green, but not too much. If you want a little giggle, look up Kate Blanchett talking about leaf blowers. She hates them. Yeah, I also hate them, especially the gas ones. Brian has a little leaf blower. It's an electric one that he uses to blow off the driveway. And to be fair, the leaf blower is the most effective way to clean off the type of driveway we have it's the permeable pavers. And if you just sweep it, then you actually end up sweeping a lot of the organic material into the cracks between the pavers, which then makes it less effective at allowing water to move through. So it makes it less permeable, which is, then not as good for the watershed. So like in the long run, it is better environmentally to have a functioning permeable paver driveway that you occasionally blow off with an electric leaf blower. But that doesn't make me hate it any less. Okay, let me hop over to the Discord and see what Kat posted here. Oh, that's cute. Okay, hang on. Let me bring it up for y'all. Discord window. Okay. And there it is. Whoop. Hang on. There. That is Kat's Manny right there. Very cute. Did I paint the ring I'm wearing? Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I painted it with the Prism Parade neons. I made myself 2 of them. I did one with the Holo Taco linears and one with these guys. The Holo Taco linears one I did first. And it's a much thinner area. Dame Sassy was the one that wanted no nail art. That was Kat's nails. Kat loves to do reverse stamped nail art. She always does nice designs. Okay. Blue. Baloo. So obviously blueberries, right? Images. Excuse me. Baloo berries. Yeah, prepping the reverse stamps in advance makes a big difference. If you can do those ahead of time, it really helps your overall timing a lot. Okay, I feel like this is the wrong blue to use, but it's the blue that I have out. I do think it wants, actually not purple. I think it actually wants a tiny touch of red. And then some white. We'll see where we are at that point. If I can get the cap back on for the red. The fucking blue sausage fruits are nasty. They're nasty and also hilarious. I don't know how I feel about them. I do know how I feel about them. I don't know how I feel about putting them on my nails. Tiny bit more red, I think. Blue corn, absolutely not Backstreet. Corn is neither culinarily nor botanically a fruit. I refuse. I did think of it. I was like, blue corn. Blue corn's pretty blue, but no. No. We are staying within my arbitrary set of rules. Because I said so. Blue honeysuckle. What is blue honeysuckle? Is there an actual fruit that people eat? I only know honeysuckle as a flower. Blue honeysuckle. Black currants are maybe an option. The fuck? Okay. Honeyberry blue velvet honeysuckle. What the fuck? Do people eat these though? Because it looks too much like the sausage fruit. That's very upsetting. It actually looks even more like an uncircumcised penis. Y'all, I don't know if I want uncircumcised penis on my nails. That's all I'm saying, okay? Especially not a blue one. Huckleberry. Alright, I'll look up that. Let me get a blueberry going here. Or some blueberries, rather. Alright, we're going to do a cluster of 3 blueberries. Ah, we got another linty bit. Gotta be so careful with those linty bits. Do a cluster of 3 itty bitty blueberries. Of course, now my little cherries and raspberry on the first nail look even smaller by comparison with everything else that I've done. They were already tiny, and now they're like the smallest little berries in the world. I'm gonna have to put a little asterisk with a not to scale in the photo here. Okay. 1, 2, 3 blueberries. We got a robot at the lab some years back. All of the various large instruments in the lab had names. But that particular instrument was mostly my job to run and manage. And so I claimed naming rights, and it had a big blue shield on the front of it. And so I named it Bluebellbot, and everybody was very upset with me. Okay. Huckleberry. Let's look that up. Huckleberries look exactly like blueberries. This is the problem, is that all of the little blue things either look exactly like a blueberry or they look like uncircumcised penises that have something terribly wrong with them. Would I prefer circumcised? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I would. If I see a fruit that looks like a circumcised penis that is blue, and it's real, then maybe I would say, yeah, you know what? Let's put that on my nails. I don't know. Probably not, but, you know, maybe. Okay. We want a little bit of a slightly lighter color for parts of it. A little lighter still. And even lighter. Tree ones what? They look more like long raspberries. Tree what ones? Tree huckleberries? All the huckleberries that the internet showed me were just little berries. Maybe I need to look some more. All right. Mulberry. Okay. You had huckleberry on the brain, but you were thinking of mulberries. Mulberry is more purpley, right? Yeah, they're like dark. They're like a long blackberry. They're long boy blackberries. I do need something that's like a dark purpley, indigo-y kind of color. I think my blueberries might actually already be done. I don't know. What do we think? Are those blueberries? I feel like they might be blueberries. What do we think? Juniper berries are not a fruit in any kind of reasonable sense, Pinky. If I'm not putting it in fruit salad, it's not a fruit in any kind of reasonable sense. Dark and stormy, you put a photo in Discord, presumably of huckleberries, or not huckleberries, mulberries, yes. Yeah, mulberry might be a good option, or blackberry, or what was somebody else said? Plum or something. Was it plum? Was it fig? It was fig, wasn't it? Although fig, I feel like, doesn't look like... It just looks like a red onion unless you open it up. Maybe a blackberry is the thing to do to close this off. Kind of bring us full circle. As the one mainer, those are 100% blueberries. Thank you, Linry. Thank you. Yeah, figs, I just think, unless you cut them open, they just look the same as a red onion. Okay, listen. When I Google a series of fruits, and then I Google, and by Google I actually mean DuckDuckGo, blackberry, I don't want phones. I want fruit. I've been Googling a bunch of fruit. I've been looking up photos of fruit for 2 hours. I've been looking up photos of fruit, and suddenly you think I want a phone? Really? They're not smart, these machines. They're not smart. No eggplant in fruit salad. Nope. Yeah, plum, I think, is too much the other side. It's more like purple. Grape. DuckDuckGo photo search is not great. I agree. I actually use Kagi search on my phone, which is where I do the 99% of all of the searching that I do for basically anything. And I really like it on my phone. I just haven't got around to setting it up on my laptop. It is, in my opinion, Kagi is like basically as good as actual Google was like 10 years ago, before they shitified it. It's very good, I think. But yeah, I just have DuckDuckGo on my laptop as my default because I haven't set up Kagi yet. Let's go. Let's add just a touch of. Well, no, we want to touch more red, don't we? We do want to touch more red. Putting a phone as the last fruit would be very funny. And yes, it is good that it doesn't store your search history. There are lots of things to like about DuckDuckGo, I agree. But it's not as good as Kagi. This was too much red, I can already tell. Actually, wait, maybe it wasn't. Well, no, you know what? I think it's actually good. It's actually correct. Okay, let's go. Let's get some blackberry going. We'll make it big, but not too big, because, you know. You know? They are lumpy little fuckers. Okay. Just a weird shapeless blob. Perfect. Just what we wanted. Love a shapeless blob. And then we add some white to the shapeless blob. Okay. Blue Java banana. Dude, this is the last fruit, okay? It's the last one. You can stop. We do not require more fruit. Get some blobby blobbies. Whoop, that was not quite how I meant that to go down, but that's okay. We'll just do that. And then we need a little bit more of the white. And then I guess the question becomes, what the hell do I do on my thumb that isn't going to take 5,000 years? I don't really want to take another 2 hours. Do I just do a rainbow? Do I leave it blank? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, I feel like that might be a blackberry. Maybe add a little greenery to it. Pink fruits. It's the final brain cell. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. We sing that song all the time with a variety of different things. The final, literally anything. Wavy rainbow. I need some green for stem and leaf. We use this. If I had the wherewithal at the moment and 2 more hours, it would be funny to do like Carmen Miranda. I just feel like that would be fun. But I don't. I don't have the wherewithal or another 2 hours in me, so we're not going to do that. I want like a slightly reddish stem, because they do have a slightly reddish stem. I already have purple in 2 spots. A juice box. There we go. We still need to do some kind of little like stars, dots, something around the nails in the white space. So, might as well just go ahead and do that now. No, you need to be thinned for sure. And we'll also thin that in advance. See if we can get it loosened up enough to use. Do I want dots or do I want stars or do I want both? I think I might want both. Just do the little pluses type stars. Dot dot. And then, no, we are going to need a little more of this. That's okay, we can use it raw. Both, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking both works. That was a little big. That's okay though. Do a tiny little sporkle down here. Oh boy. I struggle. There we go. You need to go to bed? All right. It is rather late for you, punks. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Kat, I will be gone, or I will be done by the time you return with Spawn and dinner. Don't you worry. I am quickly running out of steam, so it will not take me long to be all done with this. mentally as well as physically. And I need to have some food. I need some food. Lello. Yeah, I will post photos. Can't promise they'll be today, but soon for sure. Let's do down here. And then tiny little star up here. Picture of sangria. Ooh, that actually is kind of a cute idea. Do I have spoons for a picture of sangria? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I have spoons for a picture of sangria. That is a cute idea, though. All right. Whoop, that was bad. That was bad. We're erasing that one. Immediately, we're erasing that one. There we go. We did it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody saw anything. This one is not much better, but I think it's good enough we can keep it. Okay, and then we want to do like a yellowy orange up here. Orange really kind of got its own whole region. But to be fair, orange is better than most other colors, so. Do one up here, one over here. There we go. A juicy drip rainbow. Tahini on the thumb. Drops of juice running down the thumb. That's an interesting notion. What if it was just a drippy, juicy rainbow? That's an interesting idea. We're gonna go ahead and pre-soak this spot because I'm gonna want to pick up a little bit of that for sure. And a couple red dots. Maybe here. Here. There we go. And then we will scroll scoop up some of this good stuff and add it in over here. Okay. Slightly too close to the cherries, isn't it? Don't like it being quite that close. That's better. There we go. And then a couple of dots. Do one here. And do one over here. Maybe one up here. There we go. Okay. I think it's pretty cute. Yeah, we're brainstorming the thumb. People have been brainstorming the thumb. I don't usually leave my thumbs empty. I don't like to do that. But I do think I like the drip idea. I feel like the drip idea is fun. The juicy drip. So I think we will begin with this slightly purpley red that we have when we combine this and this. And I guess the question is, do we want it? How do we want it? Do we want it like this? Do we want it diagonal? That's going to be the question. I almost feel like it'll work better diagonal, but for photos, I usually do photos like this. Sorry, I'm not actually on screen. Apologies for that. Yeah, I'll do it the way that I usually take photos. That'll be easier probably. Although I could do it this way. So like this is the top going down. Does it make more sense to have it be this way though, as though I like dug my finger into the fruits though? Doing it this way. I'm doing it this way. This is what I'm doing. Okay. And then just red. Yeah, no cuticle cleanup for sure. That's not a fan of the cuticle cleanup. If it's not strictly necessary, no want. I need more acetone in my little brush rinse. Cherry blood. question becomes, how far down do I want everything to drip? Because I don't want everything to drip the same amount. Okie dokie. Let's get a little bit more of this purple on this side. And I think I want the orange to drip down a little bit further. Yeah. Then we're going to have to figure out how the orange and the red are going to interact here. Okay. Can't believe all of my cats abandoned me for the entire stream. So rude. Yeah. I accidentally dipped into the orange a little bit too much there. Okay. Get this little in-betweeny zone sorted out. And then more of the proper orange here. Whoop. I do think this nail is also going to need some little sparkles to help tie it in a little bit. Okay. Yellow. Ooh, I feel like that's not quite right there. Yeah. Had a little bit of a weird shape at the end. Yellow. This is actually not the yellow I was using for most of it, but that's okay. Ah, fuck. Fucking cat hair. Always with the ding dang cat hair. Okay. Now we need to do a blend. feel like that might have blended better with the other yellow, but that's okay. We got what we got. Yuck. Definitely need more orange. We need more orange, y'all. Don't want to lose our little orange area up here. Yeah, I've tried doing the dot first method, and it works really well for a lot of people, but I've never been able to make it work for me in a way that I was happy with. This, for whatever reason, has always just worked better for my brain. So, you know, I feel like it's one of those things where you figure out the method that works for you and just run with that. I'm a little bit too orangey, too far over. There we go. Okay. Green. The ADHD drip method. I mean, it's whatever your brain likes to do, I guess. Let's do a nice long drip down here. I also do think it probably It also probably depends a little bit on the style of drip that you're doing, like the specific context of it. Like, I think if I was doing a shorter drip, I might prefer the dot method. The truth is, I don't spend time thinking about my methodology for most things. I just do what seems like it's going to not be too annoying in the moment. Okay. Blau. We'll do a shorter blue, sorry. You know, sometimes the brain just decides it's going to say the thing a certain way. I think that's German, isn't it? Blau? German or Dutch? I feel like these drips are going to take forever to dry. Okay. And then the last one is going to be a little bit of an indigo just at the edge. So a bunch of blue, a little bit of red. Roomba just locked itself in the bathroom. Nice. Roombas are so smart. We have a couple, they're not Roomba brand, but, you know, older robot vacuums that we basically have to like child-proof the house before letting them loose. It's really very silly. Oh boy. It feels real dark, but I guess I did kind of make it real dark, didn't I? Wonder if I should add... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to add any white, because if I add any white, then it's going to get even thicker. And I don't really want to deal with that. So I think we're just going to call it. Do I want sparkles? Do I just want little white sparkles? Ooh, do I want little white and pink and blue sparkles for the trans flag underneath? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This needs to be closed. Okay. Ah! Damn it. God damn it. I have like one of those plastic things to help your chair roll properly under this chair, and it works great right up until one of the wheels goes off the edge, and which happens a lot. This was not a good. We're gonna try that again. Yeah, and then of course once one of the wheels goes off the edge, then it's like a huge pain in the ass. But it does make life slightly easier most of the time. And it protects the carpet. I definitely dropped polish on the carpet underneath here before I got that thing down there. Dots. Okay, pink. You cut one of those mats up to keep your cat from scratching the carpet at the door. Interesting. With a decoy bathroom rug on top. That's clever. That's some clever shit right there. Thankfully, we do not have a big problem with cats scratching at the mat. Or at the carpet, rather. But if we did, I would for sure be using that trick. That is very clever. All right, and then white. Where'd my white go? There it is. Like, I know I have my white around here. I've used it a bunch of times. Can't have gone that far. All right, and then white we'll do a little star down here. There we go. It only took 2 deposits to figure it out. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong. I want this one. It's a little smaller. Okay, we go one here. We go one here. And I want one here. Yeah, maybe like here. A little tiny one. No, I want that one to be a little bigger. And then one more up here. There. There we go. Okay. Y'all, I think we did it. I think we did it. I think I want to hold off on top coating the thumb for a while because I'm definitely going to want to do a smudge proof at least over this part. But if I do a smudge proof on the thick drips, I'm definitely going to get bubbles. So I think I'm just going to wait for a little while and top coat afterward. I'll just have to be careful in the meantime. Linry. That is literally never going to happen for me. I don't even own that shit. You know I can't use it. It gives me a rash. All right, should we get the other camera lens out? Let's get the other lens out. Hang on. All right, hold up. Let me move to this so that I can do this. Too bad I don't have a cat to show you while I do this, but you get what you get. I'm not as cute as a cat. Okay. Now, okay, so there is our thumb. Kind of cute. Not mad at it. Pretty juicy. And then all the fruit rainbow. I like it. I like it, y'all. I like it. Mac Mac time. What's Mac Mac? What's Mac Mac time? I don't know what that means. I like all our little fruits, though. I think they came out real cute. All right. We're done. I will take photos after I have after I've let these drips dry a little more, because yeah, no top coat while those are still that wet, or I'm gonna bubble up like crazy. Mac equals new macro lens time. It's not a new macro lens. It's I've been using that lens for a few years, but y'all don't usually get to see it in live streams. Macro lens and cheese, delicious. Delicious. We just call that lens cap dinner in Canada. New to stream? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't always pull it out. It's certainly no good for when you're when I'm trying to actually paint. It's no good for that. At least not when I'm trying to paint and show you at the same time. This is really difficult. It's one thing if I'm just like when I'm swatching, this is how I have it set up for when I'm swatching, and it's easy then because I'm just doing the regular, thing. My thumb can stay still, and I'm only doing it either on my thumb or on two fingers, and that's fine. But if I'm like trying to actually do nail art, I end up doing weird angles and stuff. I shall try to remember to do that, Sassy. I usually put, well, no, I don't always. I don't know. Now we need cheese nails? Absolutely not. You can look to Linry for cheese nails. Cheese nails are Linry's domain. She is the expert. I shall not tread upon her very cheesy domain. All right, y'all. Well, this has been fun, and I'm tired, and I really need some food now, and I need to tinkle. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I am in too many nail discords. It's true. Blah blah blah. Do the things, press the buttons, etc. Spooky Mouse, that is a great suggestion for Linry. Ray, you're here just in time. Here, Ray, I'll give you the grand tour right in time for the very end. There's the thumb, and here's the fruit. We got a whole rainbow that you can taste. That's it. That's the Manny. Thank you. I like it. Okay. So yeah, we're leaving. We're done. We're going. Thursday night stream will be Arcana Lacquer's Zelda collection. Swatch and review. There are 8 shades which have been posted on Instagram we'll be playing with. There are also 3 secret shades that have not been posted on Instagram that are PBE exclusives. I don't know if I'm allowed to show those yet. I think I have to hold off on those ones, but I will double check the date that I'm allowed to start posting those. What I may end up doing is a separate all PBE, like various different brands, because I have PBE exclusives currently from Well, Prison Parade came just today during stream. BCB and Arcana. So, and I think I'm getting some PBE exclusives from Monarch. So I might just do a PBE exclusives stream once we're a little closer to PBE. So I can just do all of them at once. Hello, Our Lady. You've come right at the end. We're all done. You're gonna have to watch the VOD if you want to see the process. But we did some cute nails. That's it. Yeah. So Thursday night, Arcana, Zelda collection, and then next Tuesday we will do some more nail art. Another Pride Manny. I don't know what yet, but I've had a few ideas in that have been posted in the suggestions by me or other people. If you're not already in the Discord, the link to my Discord is down below in the caption or in the description for this live stream. Otherwise, don't forget to press the buttons. Don't forget to tell your friends about the hippopotamus. And farewell from my skeleton buddy and me. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.